saying one thing, that under no circumstances is the target of a crime like this to blame for what happened to them. We should be able to wear whatever we want, run wherever we want, at any time that we want, drink whatever we want, hang out with whomever we like. So we have the right, not the obligation, but the right to learn techniques that can help increase our chance of survivability in a worst case violent physical encounter. So my wife Eve is here with me today to demonstrate some techniques. And in the case of an abduction, what we have to understand, rule number one, don't fight the attacker. Fight the attacker's objective. What they would like to do is grab and isolate and remove you from the primary crime scene as quickly and as quietly as possible. So our objective is to delay, to slow things down and make it as loud as possible to draw attention to the situation. So if Eve is over here and I get a hold of her, look what she's gonna do.
Somebody help! Help!
And then she's gonna pry herself out. So let's show what she did really quickly here. I grabbed her by the wrist, I'm pulling Eve. First thing is base stand. Now, interestingly, this base allows her to lean back and really delay my ability to pull her. Now, if Eve tries to hurt me and punch me in this situation, she would actually compromise her balance and potentially be taken away. So this is what I mean by don't fight the attacker, fight their objective, slow down the attack. She was drawing attention with loud screams at this point, and then she used a wrist release to pry her hand out with leverage, aka alavanca. She's able to make her exit. Now, what happens in a situation where she falls to the ground, or let's say she can't break my grip instead? So I'm pulling, she's losing her balance, she's maybe sliding. She might choose to go to the ground deliberately, introduce her feet into the situation, and now she can strike, and now she has not only better distance control, but she can strike from underneath me, further delaying the attack, increasing the chance of bystander intervention. And if the attacker starts to fear that someone's going to intervene, they're more likely to change their mind and go because they anticipated a much easier abduction than what they're getting. Finally, someone's behind, picks you up, and takes you to the car. Look, no matter what, we do not get in the car. So I'm here, I'm trying, and Eve's not going to cooperate under any circumstances. You see how she used her legs to push off the car, delaying our entry, and then once we hit the ground, she makes her exit. But what if she gets thrown in the car? After you. Rule number one, get out as quickly as possible. Someone takes you in the car, you go out the other door. You get out as quickly as possible while the car is either parked or at very low speed. But let's say you can't get out of the car. They're driving, you're in the back seat. If you can't exit the car, there is an option to use a vascular neck restraint, a very effective technique. I'm driving, watch what Eve does from here. She wraps, she locks her hands together, and then from here, I gotta breathe. Bilateral carotid artery compression. Right here, she's wrapping the neck. In 6 to 10 seconds, the person will be rendered unconscious, which will then give her the chance to plan her exit and exit the vehicle from there. Finally, if she's in the passenger seat, she's not behind the subject, maybe she cannot strangle him because of the angle that she's at, and he's driving. Let me explain this. This is the last resort. This is worst case scenario. There's no exit, there's no choke, there's no way to get out of this car. You might consider, Dan, at low speeds, while they're driving, to cause an accident. Boom! If you have an option, put your seatbelt on first, but you cause an accident hoping to draw attention to the situation, and then when the crash happens, low speeds, of course, the best, you control it as best you can, and you're gonna make this decision in the moment. The point is, everything is on the table when it comes to saving your life. The rule is, you never wanna be taken away from the primary crime scene where contact was made. So Eve's attempt to crash is in her attempt to prevent us from going to another location where it's gonna be much harder to recover her and help her get free from that situation. All of these from the women-empowered Gracie Jiu-Jitsu program for self-defense. All of that is available at gracieuniversity.com. So anyone who wants to learn more should definitely check it out.
gracieuniversity.com, folks. Please check it out. Henner, this information is literally life-saving. I'm not being figurative. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that. And thanks to your wife as well.
Anytime, Dan. I appreciate you as well. Thank you.